Empress, hi. It is such a pleasure to see you and to be here in this space with you. Yes, yes, yes. Hey. Well, I'm so excited to spend a few minutes speaking with you today about Stronger Together, Why Focus on Blackness, the Texas Organizing Project. And just to introduce myself, my name is Tracy Allard. I'm the founder and lead consultant of Earth Bloom Consulting, a firm that works to advance racial equity and well-being in social change. And I'm representing myself and my co-facilitator for this engagement, Aida Cuadrado Bozo, who is in Michigan and will be joining me next month in Texas to meet with staff and members. How does that sound to you?
Hey, I know that from talking to you and having these prep conversations and being able to experience Aida's facilitation, that this is going to be a wonderful training and information that we can apply that's applicable. And folks are going to leave saying, "I'm glad I went." It's like
I think so too. So, Empress, I would love to hear from you. I mean, I have a few words on the slide. And after I just share a little bit more about myself and about Aida, I'd love to hear from you about the context for why we're here. So just for those who want a little bit more about me, I feel like I'm a visionary, brave, strategic racial equity leader. I consult, I facilitate, I also coach, and my sweet spot is really developing leaders of color. Yeah, Black and brown leaders. And my Aida, I mentioned she's from Michigan, lives in Michigan by way of Puerto Rico. She identifies as a queer first generation mainlander Taína. And she is just an amazing social justice leader. And I know you have firsthand knowledge of that, as you mentioned before. Um, and you have a lot of insight and background knowledge about why we're here. So can you share a little bit for those who are listening?
Absolutely, yes. I am delighted to be able to be a part of this training and also the prep work that it has taken and that it will take to continue on in being stronger together and focusing on Blackness. So, TK, our training coordinator, had this awesome idea that I believe grew out of a conversation or either a situation that he observed or either was a part of as it relates to why Black and brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why Blackness or why brownness? Why is top focusing on such multi-layered issues and folks, right? And people.
Mm-hmm.
And he decided that this is something that we need as an organization. And so the ball has been rolling for quite some time to get this training to come to fruition. And I'm super excited to be a part of it. And he thought about you through his relationship with you and felt like, hey, Tracy's organization would be a great organization to come in and help us gain some valuable knowledge and skills and give us some tools that we need so that we can all be like together on this thing, right? Y'all know TOP's mission is to fight for Black and brown communities through
Mm-hmm.
issue-based campaigns. And in my knowledge, I don't really know of very many organizations who has taken the stance and has been bold enough to say, no, we fight for Black and brown
Mm-hmm.
communities, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody wants to touch that.
Right.
So, and this
Right.
is the part of us being, courageous, right? This is a part of us saying, if we don't do it, who's going to do it for us? If not now, then when, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, and
And how does this tie back to your values?
so this ties back to the values because we have three values: solidarity, visionary, and regeneration. And this training, I see particularly highlighting the solidarity piece, because we want to know, like, why focus on Blackness? Why are we stronger together? Right? And we say these things and we mention our values, but I'm excited to be able to hold this piece as the values piece, right? Being a part of the values resonance team, to be able to hold this piece, because being in solidarity is the way we are going to win.
That's right.
Right? And there's also another one of our values that I see really highlighting in this training and the process of it, and that is visionary. Right? We are looking ahead. We're able to see, hey, this is some training that we need, because in order for us to even fulfill the vision, we need to have a clear view. And, that's what the training,
That's right.
is to me. That's one of the things that I'm hoping that the training will be. And
Yeah.
then even in the regeneration piece, right? When we are hearing things that probably would go against the status quo, or when we're righting wrongs, right? When we're hearing information for the first time that we know, hey, that's not what we were told. Well, that's not what we thought, right? And so I think of it even as a regeneration piece as well, because the mind is upgrading.
That's right.
We need to be able to regenerate our mind. So I even see all three of our values present in this training and in the process, and also in the post process of it all.
I agree. So how I see this is the founders of TOP, right, understood solidarity as a driving motivational force, right? I see the vision piece as a reimagining what solidarity might look like when we identify and name and talk about and dismantle some of the things that are keeping us apart, some of the reasons why we're even asking why we have to have a training around Blackness, or why we want to focus on Blackness. And it's precisely because we're asking the question. And the regeneration, let's go back to a time where we were in alliance, where we were strong, where we come together because we know that when we are together and we are strong, right, we grow.
Yes.
And what does it mean to regenerate? A sense of mutual respect and an upliftment of the humanity of both Black and Brown people.
Absolutely.
So I think I agree full-heartedly that this is about values. And so let's talk a little bit about what we're going to do. I'm happy to share. Aida and I will be taking people through more of a history, an accurate history of enslavement in the United States, of the impact of racism and slavery in Texas as well. So taking a look back to understand how we got here and how notions and concepts that help to support systems of oppression keep some people down while putting others ahead, and the way in which these systems are designed to keep us separate, because we are stronger when we are together.
Yes, we
So
are.
we're going to understand how these spaces, right, and even identity-based spaces are not a threat. They're actually a way to create critical and powerful healing that can happen, so that when both groups come together, the whole rather is greater than the sum of its parts.
Absolutely.
And all of this in service of reinforcing solidarity and understanding. Let's get back to the essence of TOP. How does that sound?
I love it. And I'd love to highlight the fact that healing happens in community.
That's right. That's right. Oh, I love that. So let me tell you about when Aida and I are coming to town. can't believe it. It's just in, what is this, like 3 weeks or something like that. So we will be in Houston from 10 to 2 on February 14th. So people will be spending a little bit of their Valentine's Day with us. And then Aida and I will be going to San Antonio on the 15th. And then Aida's going to have to travel to another city for another engagement. But the lucky community members of Dallas get to be with me on the 16th. And after these sessions are done, the work is going to continue. It's almost like that's when the real work starts. We'll be taking it to a virtual platform, but we're going to continue to offer the learning. We're going to continue to create brave, courageous spaces to have conversations, to put things on the table, right? To re-examine, to learn, to unlearn, to do and undo, so that we can get back to a space where we all feel equally seen, equally respected, equally heard, equally powerful, equally served.
Yes. Love it.
Well, it has been a pleasure. Oh, I cannot wait. I can't wait to see you in person too.
I know.